Hello, this is Evelyn, the host, and you're welcome to the Perfect Pod for yet another episode on the relationship series. And with me, I have special guests you're all going to be excited to hear from, with different adventures on what we call love, on what we call relationships, and what have they seen out there. So with me, I have my sister and my brother, and I'll let them introduce themselves. Okay.
Yeah, I'm called Paul Adrian Emojel, student at KIU University. Yeah, and pursuing a bachelor's in business administration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
Hello, I'm Frida Abdayo Tim. I'm a student of Makerere University Business School, pursuing a bachelor's degree in procurement and logistics management.
Okay, that's good. So Frida and Paul, have you guys been in any kind of relationships before?
Yeah.
Yeah, like personally, I would say I've been in a relationship once, yeah, and I'm still in one relationship, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. And have you been any?
Yeah, I've been in relationships, not once, not twice, couple of times, and right now I think I'm just there.
You're just there?
Not sure whether I'm in or not.
So it's just complicated?
Just there.
So Paul, how long has yours lasted and the one you're in?
Right now, first I wouldn't say it's a perfect one right now.
Yeah.
But I've been in this relationship for the past 3.5 years. Yeah, and we've had a lot of problems in this relationship. But right now, I have okay. If I would say I have a girlfriend, but due to many factors right now, we are not in good terms. But I still believe that the relationship is still alive, though we don't talk anymore nowadays. Yeah, I would say that.
You don't talk.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I hope you start talking after this. I think after her watching the show, she'll be like, oh, I think I should talk to this guy again. So I believe just the way you've said you've been in relationships before. I have a few questions about love. The first one, would you fall in love with your best friend's ex?
Is it me first?
Yeah.
Okay. Personally, I would not, and this is the reason why. First, I have a bond. When I have a friend, usually my friends are boys. Yeah. So, and many of my friends are people I've had experiences with for a long time. Like most of them are my hobbies. So there's that bond we have. And it's like, bro code, eh?
Yeah.
And if I have that relationship with my boys, so bro code doesn't give you the right to get into a relationship with one of the boys' ex-girlfriends. So personally, I would not, and I don't think any of my friends would do. Yeah.
But Paul, you see, sometimes those codes are broken. Why? Because you feel this is the right person for you, you feel this is the right girl for you. So would you have that feeling and still follow the code?
No, this is it. You have to choose. You either choose the girlfriend, or you either have to break the relationship with me, or you have to go on with your girlfriend. You can't take both. You only have one. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So Frida, would you date your best friend's ex? Now, like my ex, would you date him?
That is really a hard decision to make. It's very hard because, first of all, you might love that person. And then secondly, she's your best friend, like you are my best friend. And we have come a long way. There's no way I can again maybe break our friendship for the sake of love. But at a point you feel some guys can do it, but to me it's hard. It's really hard. So as I see, if you are to fall in love with your best friend's ex, it means it's costing your relationship with your best friend.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
And what if I came out and said, you know what, since it has already started, you can just, go on and love him. Would you still go into the relationship, or you would still pull back because you have that feeling that I'm still your best friend? So
you really can't tell if someone is really telling the truth or not. She might say it out of anger or genuinely, but I think I still can't.
You still can't?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend, though you said it's complicated, but imagine this girlfriend or boyfriend of yours went abroad, let me say for 4 years, for 5 years, and you have not promised each other, like, we shall get married. Would you wait for this person, or you would move on if you find a right person, if I may say, right? Or but would you find some other person, because you may be here and for you you're waiting for this person when the person has already moved on? So would you move on, or you would wait for this person?
Is that me first? Yeah.
Okay. Let me go first. You see, long distance relationships, it's not for the weak, eh? Yeah, so if he has gone abroad, it's like 4 years now, it would depend. If the bond is still there, like I feel I can still wait for you, then I will wait. But then if you go, no communications, like I can't feel you're near, even if I know you're not. But then if you talk to someone like every day or regularly, there's a way you feel that person is near, yeah. So now if communications go off and maybe I find someone, I move on.
Okay, so for you, if the communication is okay, you will still be with this person?
Yes.
Okay. Paul, what do you say about that?
Personally, it would depend on if there is love in that relationship. First, if there is love, you obviously don't see any other option. If you love someone, you will do anything for them to make sure the relationship works. And obviously, if someone left me, let me say they went out maybe abroad or overseas, obviously they should have gone out for a better, maybe like a job, or they're trying to pursue a career, stuff like that, which is going to help us in our relationship. But me personally, I would wait for someone, and I would be patient, and I've done it before actually.
Okay.
I'd wait for someone. It doesn't matter how long. It could be even 10 years. I'm that patient. I could even wait for 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Yes.
the biggest factor is, do you guys really like each other? Do you really care about each other? Because if you really like someone, you could do anything just to make sure the relationship works. Anything. It could even mean waiting for 15 years. I know this is kind of hard. It's really hard to wait for someone for that long. It's hard, especially if you like someone. You sometimes you're going to think there is something happening. But now, the other factor of trust also comes in. Now, obviously, if you love someone so much, you also trust them so much. Now, it's up to the other party to do that to you. Like, if I trusted my girlfriend so much, she also has to trust me so much for that long distance relationship to work.
Yes, so you're saying even if it were 15 years, you'd wait.
Yeah.
But there is what we call parent pressure when you reach a certain age. They are saying, Paul, when are you bringing a woman home? And all you tell them, you keep telling them, you know what, she's soon coming, but your soon is not coming, and they are impatient. They want grandchildren before they die. So that parent pressure, how would you work it out?
I think that also depends on what kind of parents you have. Yeah, what kind of parents you have. If your parents are putting pressure on you, but love has got some kind of power, But I would say my parents would not force me to get into any relationship, any relationship. But But if you have, I would say, if anyone out there has like parents putting pressure on them, I think they have to sit down with the parents and maybe find something to do about it. But personally, my parents would not do that. Would not pressure me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd wait for this girl.
I would wait, and then it also depends on how much I love her. Yeah, it will depend on how much I love her. If I really love her, which I do, I would wait.
So you're basing on this part of marriage whereby you've promised this girl, you know what, I'll marry you.
Yeah.
So if it was just a mere girlfriend or boyfriend, like you meet this girl today and you're just boyfriend, girlfriend, you've not promised her anything yet, and she's like, you know what, Paul, I'm traveling next week. Would you still wait for this person, or you would?
I think we could first sit down and talk about it. Then obviously I would ask why she's leaving. If really the reason why she's leaving is really like it makes really sense. Like we'll talk about it. We'll really talk about it. Because I think there are some things people go out for that we could still do here. Like we could look out of other options of how we can work out the relationship. Probably she could stay, or even we could go out together if possible. Like we could look at all the possible options. Yeah.
Hold on. You know, there is this part of waiting where you're not really sure also if the other person is waiting.
No, that's the trust part. That's the trust part. You know,
some people find it hard to say the truth.
You know, even with relationships.
Like, hold on. Like, if you're out, like you've gone out and I'm here in Uganda and I'm trying to ask you, like, trying to be sure if you're really still loyal to me. There's a way you will feel bad, like maybe if you say the truth that you've moved on, it will hurt me. So you keep quiet.
But you know, with relationships, you can never be sure. You could be married for 15 years and still stuff happens, and you still like cheating happens. Like you're never sure. I've seen people, 50-year-olds who cheat on their wives, like stuff. I hear these stories. Like you're never sure about anything.
But
there's nothing like I'm now married. I've been
girlfriend and boyfriend issue.
Yeah, that's what.
You're not so committed. Like
we look at the intensity of the love. Me. It doesn't matter if I'm committed to you. 50-year-old men, married men who have been in marriages still do stuff.
No, Paul, what she's trying to say is, would you be happy if your girlfriend came back after the 15 years of you being patient?
Yeah.
And she has been telling you, you know what, Paul, yes, I love you, I'm still committed to you. But to come, you find out she's already married. She's even having a kid.
On and even planning to get married.
Yeah, it obviously hurt me, but that's not me to blame. But it obviously hurt me. That means she was not trustful to me. That means she didn't even love me in the first place. Now that's where the love part comes in. She didn't love me in the first place.
No, you also know there are temptations.
And do you believe in this saying that goes, do not put all your eggs in one basket?
No, that doesn't work with the relationship and love.
At a point it works when you do not really have a feeling that this is the person you're going to end up with.
You know, first it sounds like you have no, like, you know, I've been in a relationship and I look at relationships differently. Like if I love someone, I'm going to love them with my whole person. I'm going to love them with my whole person. So I don't see any perfection in any other person after I love someone.
So after finding out that maybe someone has messed up.
Like let me tell you this is something real. I've had problems with my girlfriend. A lot of stuff has happened, but I still don't see any reason to move on. Like some stuff, a lot of stuff has happened. She's done a lot of stuff, but I still don't find a reason to move on. I still think we can work out stuff. So it's not. It's just more of the intensity of love. To what extent do you guys love each other? What would you do for her? To what extent would you go?
You see that stage you are in now.
Yeah.
You really do it if you're also sure that the other person loves you as.
And you know, my point is you're never sure. you'll never be sure with relationships. You can never be sure.
But loving someone holily, that is why people are breaking so much. That is why you hear someone has committed suicide because this person has broken up with them. That is the negative impact of loving holily someone you really don't trust, but because you see hopes in this person, you're forced to, and then when it happens, you commit suicide.
Okay, then let's try looking at the other alternative. If I had my girlfriend overseas, now what you're trying to say, I should be looking at other girls.
No, we are not saying you should be looking at
that's
other
not
girls.
The point, eh?
No, because that's the alternative.
You see that doubt comes in when something fishy starts going on, like maybe
exactly.
when communications get like you don't communicate like how you used to. You can even spend a full week minus talking.
But
you're comfortable.
And you're very comfortable.
Once you start feeling comfortable when you're not talking to the person you love, just know it has gone.
But even with communication, you know, and me, I would rather they show me.
You see, the only thing that keeps long distance relationships is communication. The way you keep in touch.
You know, I'm more of a realist. I could still communicate without the love. It's more of love. Like you know, I will still communicate to someone, just to make them feel happy. You get the point. Just to make them feel happy. Yeah. But I'm a realist.
You're just doing it to make them happy.
Yeah.
But
then you know, you realize now, this is it. If you are in a relationship with someone and they do what makes you happy, but not genuinely, like they're not doing it genuinely, it hurts more even in the future. They would rather show me the real side of them, so I get hurt sooner than getting hurt. Because
that's why I'm saying you're waiting for 15 years might be in vain. Because there are some people who can't be really open with you. Like, I fear I might hurt you, so I don't tell you the truth. I just keep telling you lies that, I'm still with you, I'm still loyal to you, but then in actual sense, I have moved.
I've moved.
So you're waiting.
Immediately after talking to you, I'm talking to my husband here.
Yeah, and then that also happens with people that live in the same place. Like, even if it wasn't a long distance relationship, that still happens.
Yeah, it happens.
So it all goes down to love. If you really love, you know, the problem now, the biggest problem I have nowadays is people give you the wrong perception. People claim they love you, yet they don't. Some people take advantage of other people's emotions, stuff like that. But if it was really genuine love, anyone would wait. Why would I lose a good woman for just time, just a matter of time? Yeah, if like I wouldn't.
So yeah, that brings us to the main question of today, the main topic. How would you feel if your girlfriend, if you got a girlfriend and you really want to marry this person, you truly love this person, you truly love this person, I'm telling you, if you got a boyfriend and you really love this person and you took them to your parents and they say, no, Frida, Paul, you're not marrying this person, what would you do? What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
My parents. But anyway, they can't do that, but then let me talk about it. So, I have this guy I love so much, and we have, agreed on settling down. Then I take him home only for my parents to be like, hey, Frida, you can't marry this person. But then why would I not marry him? Like, that is the first question I'll ask them. Why? And you know, there are some parents who tell you things and then they may not tell you the reason, but then it will be for your good. Now you don't know. But then there are these others who just don't like the person and they also don't want the person.
Yes, first sight. Frida, no, we don't want. First sight.
And then me, I love this person.
You've grown up with this person. Primary, secondary, you know this person in and out, and you take him and they're like, no. Eh? How would you feel? Like, because this is someone you've gotten used to for like ever since you're young.
The first thing is I'll ask them, why don't you want this person? So if you give me a reason that is not really a good one, then I leave you, like I go and stay with him.
You won't mind whether they are pissed, whether what.
But then I'll also try to make them accept him, like with time. It can't be a one-day thing or a one-month thing. Yeah, I just try to make them see his worth, that that is the best for me.
So for you, you would go live with him and you tell them, you know what, even if you've refused, I'm still going to live with him.
Yes.
Until you like him by force. Okay.
Not by force. If you refuse to like him, it's also okay. But then me, when I come home, you have to help me. But then you only do that if you're sure
they will
that person is not going to betray you.
No, you can't be sure. You can't be sure. I thought it's always risky.
You can.
You can't be sure.
No, according to how you know someone,
You never know someone until you know them. You can never know someone.
You can.
No.
No, Paul, we are talking about someone we've grown up with. Let me say I've grown up with you.
You know what this person can do and what he can't.
You will be surprised. You will be surprised. You will be surprised.
But anyway, yes, I've seen scenarios whereby you have grown up with this person, but there is that one tiny secret they will never tell you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just like even your siblings. You could have siblings, you spend your whole life with them, and you receive a call, but your brother did something like this, and you like, is it true? But yet they did it. You've grown up with them this whole time. So you can never know someone. Even your own parents. You could wake up one morning and your father is a night dancer. And you just never knew. So it also applies in relationships.
Okay, that is a risk, a very
it's a
big
risk,
one.
yeah.
Because
you take a risk.
Whenever you're in problems and you've chosen to go with a stranger, you'll have to run back to your parents.
Yeah. And but remember, these are people who said no.
Remember, they also can't dictate for you. Like, they cannot tell you who to marry. This is something of the heart. Like, you can't just tell me, Frida, go and marry this guy.
Now, first, I think you must first try to achieve independence. Because if you talk about running to your parents, then that's a weakness.
No, you see, it's not all about independence. There are some things that you will need your parents. For us, the girls, you cannot depend on your own all your lifetime.
Because now, if now, it's just like you saying your parents have to run your life.
Now, let me give you an example. I have there's a lady, okay, her mother has been my mom's best friend. Like, we are now like family. So her daughter got married, but the daughter was not staying with her. She was staying with a stepmom. So her daughter got married. It's now 2 years in the marriage, but she has not conceived. Like, she really wants a child, but she can't get. So would you run to in such problems as a girl?
Go to your mother.
The girl had to go back to her mom and they go and look for what the problem is, like traditionally. And they found out her womb was. So
but now this
there
is a
is
scenario.
Being independent. Let me say stuff of money, financially, those things. That
even
is very okay.
Emotionally, you must learn to be independent.
But it's hard.
But you
also know it's hard.
This is it. Sometimes, a lot of our parents are going to try to. Okay, not my personally, my parents would not dictate which girl I should marry. They will be okay with any person.
Yeah, we are. That's why we are trying to generalize it.
Yeah,
because even me, my parents can't.
But me, I would first ask why. But then I would sit down and make a decision. But if I love you, I told you in the first place. If I love you, I'll love you for who you are. And no one is going to stop me. Even my own parents won't.
Paul, now this is where I get you very well. You said you'd wait for this girl 15 years. But now you bring this girl after the 15 years of waiting. You're there ready. You're getting the cows and everything. And they're like, Paul, Rampi. that girl, we don't want her.
Now we all know the definition of marriage. I don't need to go to my parents to get married to someone.
No, these people are taking the final decision for you because they're the ones going to receive this girl into the family. So they will know.
Have you heard of court marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah. You only need a certificate to be a couple.
So Paul,
Yeah.
you prefer your parents not knowing that you're getting married because now
you see,
No,
it's not all about
we're
not
looking at it. No,
knowing.
wait, we're looking at a scenario where the person I want to marry is not liked by my own parents.
yes.
Yeah. Now, if she's not liked by my own parents, I'm going to have that divide. It gets to a point in life where you have to make your own decisions. And those decisions, it doesn't matter if your parents don't like that stuff. You must be, because now, who do my parents run to if they have problems? Are you trying to say they run to my grandfather? Now, who does my grandfather run to when he has problems? Because his father is already dead. Now, you must learn. Fine, I know there is a very great role our parents play in our lives, but it gets to a point where you have to draw the line. You have to choose independency. You have to choose independency, and when you are an adult, there are decisions you have to make. Like the person I get married to, actually at this point I can even choose my own religion. I can choose there are things you can't. I am thankful to God my parents are respectful to me, but even to the side of the parents, it looks so disrespectful. If you really want to choose who your child gets, that's even past. That's past. Now we are civilized, and the world is getting better and better. So I would think those kind of parents are kind of old stage parents.
But they're still there though.
Yeah. But
In
it's
one's place, they're still there.
But now, okay. Now let's look at a scenario. Let's look at a scenario where the girl I'm bringing home is accepted. Okay, is it like do the parents want to like look for a girl, or do they want to help me look for a girl they want me to marry?
No, by not accepting, I mean like they have seen something they don't like in this girl.
No, you see, there are some parents who don't even see anything. The person is just perfect. Yeah. You may find it's only one family member who does not want that person. And in that case, that's why I said I cannot like just let that person go because of one person.
Frida, do you know I would bring a perfect person? Me, I'm saying you're perfect.
Now, how do you measure
but maybe among my family members, he offended someone without me knowing. And when I bring this person, they're like, you know what? No. For instance, if now us girls, we usually move out, and you find you're raped by this person. So time comes, you grow up, all of you grow up, but me, this torture is still in me. I was raped and I cannot give birth. So my sister, who has gone to study, comes back with a man, to introduce to me. Remember, I'm the big sister. So when she comes, I see this is the man who raped me. And no matter how much, I will never accept this man because I'm going to have that torture all the time. Every time I see him, when I come for your anniversary, for your birthday parties. It's not like you're
going to be staying with a man.
But
yes,
the
you won't be staying
with
every
him.
time I'll see him.
That example
No, wait.
The example was extreme.
First wait, people do change.
No. Yes, they do change.
It's rare, but it happens. People do change.
They do change, but me, the torture will stay in me. Frida, every time I'll come to visit you and I see this man, I will not feel uncomfortable.
Just you can't make me lose the love of my life.
My dear, you will lose.
I know.
Now.
You will lose.
Now the example
if this
you
guy
gave was
is saying I have changed and he's really portraying it that he has changed. And he has apologized and he's trying to make it up to you. But do you still
have to
want
understand
to be rude
me?
to him?
You have to understand
but then
me as your sister.
I would slightly want to be on the side of the parents. Our parents usually, especially my parents, these are good people. I know my parents are good people. Obviously, if my parents said no to a certain girl, I know it will be genuine. it would be genuine. You know, there's some parents who would say no simply because maybe the other party, the girl comes from a poor family. You know that stuff.
Yeah,
Whereas
it
the poor
happens.
family, or maybe she's from a different religion or stuff like that. But if a parent really had a genuine reason, okay? And you know, even sometimes our parents, I would say, they are earthly gods. They could easily predict the future. And this is my parents I'm talking about, not any other parent out there. Obviously, if my mom said no to a certain guy, I would respect that. I would respect that because I know who my mom is, and I know she wishes the best for me. Yeah, she wishes the best for me. But I know of other weird parents who just know over anything. Like, no, she comes from a poor family.
Maybe
No, that
because of
stuff.
personal
No,
pride.
she's not educated. Oh, stuff like that. But if my mom gave me a genuine reason, yeah, I would think twice about it.
But it's a hard decision to make. Yeah.
It is
very
hard. Because
now you love both sides. Remember, you love your parents
Yeah.
and you also
You
love
love
your
this
woman.
guy.
So letting one go is.
But
really
even why
something
would
hard.
parents be so hard? Like, we have to grow with mistakes. Some parents will let you make the mistake so you could learn from it. So if they told you don't get married to that person and
Hey, people, marriage is not something visible.
yeah, and that's why some parents will let you make the mistake so you could learn from. You know, sometimes experience is always the best teacher, and some parents want you to learn the hard way, so they will let you make the mistake. So, because if your mom told you that person is not good for you and you insisted, a fair parent, a rational parent will let you make the mistake, so you could learn from it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that brings us to this question. You know, we are talking about parents, we are talking about parents.
Yeah.
What is your say on relationships where none of these guys is a Christian, none of them is a Muslim? You find yourselves in the bars, in the clubs, and your parents do not like this. So what is your say on these kind of relationships? Do you think they will last? Do you think these guys will get married? And when they get married, how will that family be, whereby no one is encouraging any other person, do not go to the club, do not go where. So you find the family is just, it does not have anything like God, Allah, or so what is your say on such kind of relationships? Do you concur with them or you disagree with?
You're talking about relationships where you guys belong to different religions.
No.
Not really.
Like
A relationship where you're all pagans.
You're all pagans.
Yeah.
You find yourself,
actually,
like maybe you find me in a club and now.
I
you always
totally,
meet there.
I totally agree. You know, birds of the same feathers flock together. But first me, I know people who go clubs, but it depends on someone's persona. If being good is not about going to church or to the mosque.
Yes.
Yeah, I know people who drink alcohol, who go to clubs, and they are good people and they've made good couples.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, religion is a social construct, and I don't know. The public society uses religion to judge us, which is very wrong, because who you are is not determined by what religion you belong to. You know, we've heard of stories of Christian leaders, Muslim leaders doing dirty stuff. So me, I have no problem actually. So, and some of those people make very beautiful couples. I also know of a couple in my village where they both go to the garden and then go to the bar and drink and fight at the bar, then walk home together.
Yeah,
I've heard of those stories in my
And
village.
it's fun, anyway.
Yeah. And it's actually okay.
You go and
okay.
drink together.
Yeah.
And
No
fight
cheating,
together.
no
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
You all go home holding shoulders.
Yeah.
Support each other.
And actually it's very good. It's very good.
Yeah, but for some people it's fine. But you find there is this one where there is a lot of domestic violence going on after they have taken the alcohol. You find the man beating the girl badly. You find the lady doing the opposite. So you find there is a lot of mischief taking place in these kinds of marriages. Although some are perfect, yeah, I've also seen perfect marriages. But you also think of the generation you're setting for yourself. Will they all be drunkards like you? Because if I saw my parents drinking like all the time, I would feel it's also fine for me.
It's normal.
Like
Yes,
for
it's
drinking,
normal.
he only came as an example. They could be pagans without drinking still.
Yeah.
Like they would not. They could be atheists without doing that stuff. Like they don't go to church. They don't belong to any dominion. But I also see domestic violence in families that are religious. I also see that stuff. I also see, and you know, if you made a study, you realize that the worst people in our societies came from religious families.
Last question. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Or I leave it?
No, it's okay. Just
I bring it.
Bring.
I bring it.
Bring.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not those people?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Yeah?
Bring.
I bring.
Bring.
Okay. Would you be comfortable with a partner who's always quarreling? Let me say, he has called Frida. First point, he's quarreling. Hey, Frida, I saw you here. What were you doing there? Yeah? Oh, this is a person who's always quarreling. Then we have those ones who accompany the quarreling with beating. Would you be comfortable staying in that relationship? Would you stay there? Oh,
But you've even answered. You've answered it yourself.
Oh,
I can't be
you would
comfortable.
you would move.
I can't.
You'd move out. Yes, you have to give us your reason for you leaving that relationship.
Because they box me every day. Am I a punching box?
No, let me tell you, Frida. Your parent has told you you have to be in that relationship.
Now you see, we are just from talking about parents dictating marriages. No, no.
No, some people, you find you're from a poor background and these people are rich. And they're like, Frida, you see we have loans, we have rent, we don't
So
have
now
what to eat.
they'll be trying to use me as a way of getting money. Yeah,
But
that
then we
won't
also
be a
have
marriage.
this situation whereby you're being beaten but you cannot say it out.
Yeah, I talk.
But even sometimes you know, the quarreling and beating. Sometimes we must look at the root. Sometimes women are beaten for their own reasons. Now, okay, imagine. Okay, I don't think anyone deserves to be beaten. But
there are
some
others
women
who deserve to be beaten.
Some women, like, I'm not, I don't.
All you've never seen.
See,
Yeah.
I'm a woman, but at that point, I don't blame men who hit them.
Yeah. You see, even Frida saying.
But then not all the time, yeah?
You people know.
Okay.
There is a point where you come back home with your stress and the ladies like, come and have supper. Imagine just saying, come and have supper, and someone is backing at you,
No, you see,
bringing their stress onto
Evelyn,
you.
first
And at
wait.
times they even beat you.
No, that is where me I can't. Like I cannot, because you can't just. I'm trying to help you. You're stressed. You're hungry. You've been working all day. I'm trying to give you something to eat so you can rest, and you're backing at me. And me, first of all, I don't go with noise. So now, how can I stay in such a marriage like I'm ever grieving? I cannot.
You know, I personally can't stay in an abusive relationship. Just it's the red line. Like, okay, I know to quarrel with someone is normal. It's normal. Obviously, when you quarrel with someone, that means there is something not happening, something not good happened, or something bad happened. And yeah, I would also quarrel if something good, not good happened. I would quarrel with someone,
Yeah,
with my
there is
partner.
quarreling. Quarreling
Yeah.
is not bad,
Yeah.
but there has to be a reason why you're quarreling, and it has to be something genuine.
Yeah,
like,
but it getting physical, like fighting, fighting. Then that's.
Oh,
that's
let me
a
give
problem.
you an instance whereby you call me, you're like, Evelyn, I would like to meet up with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? You can't meet up with me because of these reasons.
Yeah.
But then the next time you call, the first thing you're doing is quarreling. Why, like, I don't give you time yet? I try my best to explain to you the reasons we cannot meet, but all the time you're ever arguing. You do not take my side, you just want me to take your side all the time.
Then I would advise that kind of couple to break up. But then if you are beaten for maybe cheating, then I'm okay with that. Because I know
but then
how hard it
still,
hurts to
you
cheat.
cannot beat a woman for cheating. She's mature, yeah?
Okay,
By
now
the time she does it,
okay, even it depends to what extent is that relationship. Are you guys just dating stuff? But now if we are settled, like we are settled, we live in a common house, stuff like that. We share a bedroom and a bed.
But still, I
then
don't
it gets
advise
to
a
a
man
point.
to hit his woman.
Have you heard of women who are
Yeah.
just out of houses and still keep in the man's house? Then why would I beat her?
No, I've heard.
Look
but
at the scenario. Now look at the scenario.
But
Wait.
me-
Look at the scenario. Look at the scenario where I have a fight. I have a fight with my girlfriend, like a serious fight with my girlfriend, and I caught her cheating maybe, and there's enough proof, and I tell her to leave, and she insists to stay. Why wouldn't I get physical?
But then that one you can't just
Yeah.
beat her. Yeah.
Like, okay. Advise me in such a scenario. What would I do?
No, just tell her to leave. If she refuses, let her stay.
So
But
meaning,
then, all you have,
meaning, if you found your girlfriend cheating, your first action would be beating her.
But don't misquote me. I'm not a violent person. I'm not a violent person.
Yes, no, we are just
But you know,
talking about
this is it. You know, I wouldn't beat her, but I would simply ask her to leave. But then if she says to stay,
but you people.
I wouldn't beat her, but I'll kick her out.
Wait, there is even actually. Why would you break up with someone because of cheating? First, find out why she cheated and how many times has she done
No,
it.
you can't justify cheating. Whatever kind of cheating, it's cheating. It doesn't matter what reason you had. It's cheating. There's no way you can justify cheating. If you cheated, that's it. That's it. It
But
doesn't
no,
matter what
first wait.
reason you had for
No,
it.
as if you said it previously
Yeah.
that you're the relationship you're in. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
just
yeah.
let your girl go like
No,
that.
man. No, listen. When I kick you out, it doesn't mean that we are done. Like I want space. You get the point?
But you also know space these days what it means. The moment someone tells you I need space,
Yeah.
that's a breakup.
You continue.
But it's indirect.
No,
No one is
really.
going to tell you know what, I'm done with you.
Yes,
You
so
know,
guys,
sometimes you know sometimes if you keep close to me, we could end up getting physical. It's better someone leaves so we create space.
Then now this is where understanding comes from. If you explain it to her,
No,
If
we
she
humans. We
understands,
are humans. We get angry.
then she'll leave you.
No,
for
we
the
are
time
humans.
you
We
need.
get angry.
But then me, if you tell me I need space, that is a breakup. I swear
then-
it's a breakup.
I make it a big space. Yeah, so guys, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Before we go, would you have some special advice to the youth there who are undergoing what we are just from talking about, who are about to introduce their loved ones to their parents and they are scared, you know, they may not allow my boyfriend or girlfriend, and those in abusive relationships, which kind of advice do you give the special kind of youth?
First, I would say, if you're a youth, and by youth I mean maybe 18 to 35, just don't get into serious relationships. that stuff is bloody.
The advice I have.
Like it's really hard. Relationships are hard. They demand for a lot of stuff, and many of the times with the youth, you're in 20, 25, you haven't got stuff, the capacity to stay in a relationship, and because relationships demand for a lot, patience, a lot of stuff. So I would advise any youth, and especially the boys out there, just don't get into relationships, like serious relationships, no. Before, maybe when you get to 35 and you've had the experience and you know what the real game is, then you could get into a serious relationship. But as a youth, I advise any person not to get into. And actually, I've had experience. I know this. I have had first-hand experience. It's not good for any person, a student. As long as you're a youth, just don't get into a serious relationship. Yeah, that's my advice to the youth out there, and especially the boys.
Okay.
My girl should not fall in love deeply.
Because they'll break
People, it breaks, eh? Yeah, so those ones in abusive relationships, just even if it's a marriage, you see, that thing can also give you trauma, eh?
But I hear stuff. Some women love being in abusive relationships.
I don't know how
true
tribe,
that
but the
is.
tribe is there in Uganda. Like, if you beat your woman, that is a sign of love.
Even the women like it, I'm told. Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
But then that's not the way to go. Like, you can't hit your woman just like that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Okay,
However much some women call for it, but then
no, I think
At least
you know
you
this,
try.
that's some big topic. I think we must be called another time for that topic.
Yeah.
Because that's a real big topic.
yeah, it's very big.
Sometimes beating a woman is justifiable. And it's kind of romantic sometimes. I don't know. These are not
Even
my.
me, I'm feeling the pain, and you're finding
I've
it romantic.
had some women say. I've had some women say it's kind of romantic. I don't know if that's how they express their romance, but yeah, some women like it when they are beaten. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. This was Evelyn, the host. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.